Hey, Devin,
What's up?
this week in the market, I've learned some stuff about myself.
What you got?
Even though I know the rules, I keep giving in.
What you mean, man?
Dude, I bought LCA at $14 a share.
Wow.
It sold it at like a 1 cent loss because I let something a friend tell me get me nervous. Now that stock is up to $20 a share.
How many shares did you have?
I don't want to talk about it.
Sounds like a gain of at least $400 to $600.
A lot.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
say.
yeah.
It's a lot.
Hey, man.
I got spooked.
Yeah. This isn't for the lighthearted, but I have those same issues too, man. Where I've hopped in something like Palantir, right?
Yeah.
And it actually performed well, but I only got 15 shares because I'm like, all right, look, I don't really know a whole lot about this stock. I know it's a tech company. Technology's popping right now, and I've heard very good things about it from a lot of sources. But I don't know if I want to drop, a whole 2K on it, and I've made 60% gain, but that's only $150,
I understand.
So, I mean, I kind of have that too. There was another instance where I bought something the other day. Sonos. I bought Sonos.
Right.
And Sonos wasn't moving. And I bought it at a good $20 a share. And I hopped out probably within a couple days, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. My buddy was telling me about LCA. If you notice, it's listed as LCA Holdings 2. And he said he had LCA 1, and basically he had, thousands in that stock, and then one day, bam, it was no longer tradable on Robinhood. They gave him his shares, but he could never sell it. I guess the company folded or something after a merger or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so he said, hey, he just doesn't trust them. He doesn't want to put money in it, think he's winning, and wake up one day and he can't get his money out. And that kind of spooked me because it's a SPAC, right? So it's a shell company that gives a company a way to raise money without going through all the, the things that typical IPOs have to do to get into the trading market. So, for example, if the actual company, right, which is they're trying to do online gambling for Golden Nugget.
Mm-hmm.
They would have had to put that through the same rigor that you have to put any IPO through. But with a SPAC, they're able to just use that shell company to raise money for that Golden Nugget online gambling and then merge after.
Right. So would you hop in it now that it's at $20 a share?
I'm just going to leave it alone, man.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It might be a good play. There's a lot of hype around it. A lot of people are buying it. I would say get in, get out, get in, get your 10, 20% and bounce.
Yeah, I agree with that. There was another play, that I kind of messed around with was NIO.
Yeah.
And I bought it earlier on at, I think it was $20 a share. And then I hopped out at $28 a share. And then I was like, yo, Chris, we need to hop back in, bro. Let's do it. And I hopped in at like 49 and I sold it the same day. Like, I just wasn't sure. But something that I did do was like, okay, look, let me modify and mitigate my risk. And I hopped into HAIL, HAIL, which is an ETF that has autonomous vehicles in it. And it has Plug Power, Tesla, NIO. And so that's how I kind of wanted to mitigate that risk. But sometimes you got to hop out there and take the risk, man. Look at NIO. It's probably going to be the next Tesla, You just never know.
Yeah, man. I actually went all in with China EVs. I got Li, I got XPEV, and I have NIO, and I'm in the red in all three.
Yeah.
But I plan to hold them for a couple of months and just see what they do. If the chart mimics anything at all of what it's been doing, I'm set up for a big win, or I'm set up for a big L.
Yeah. I don't think you're gonna take an L, man. Especially with the FOMO that's going on, all the hype that's around it, and all the policies that come around that. Like electric vehicles is the new wave. There's all types of accessories that come with electric vehicles, like the charging stations, and that's just what's going on right now, especially in the technology sector. Something that I'm really excited for is what is it? Apex Technology. Apex Technology is a company that's linking up with AvePoint, which they're doing some of the cloud computing for Microsoft right now, and so they're valued at 800 million. And then when they convert or have that merger, they're gonna be valued at 2 billion. So I bought in at $14. I got 80 shares. I might buy more, but that's what I'm waiting on for Monday. I'm excited.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, I don't intend on selling anything on Monday, so
No.
this is gonna be a whole week. I anticipate green, but this is gonna be a hold week, and I'm just gonna observe and see what other plays might be out there. But yeah, man, just overall, my new philosophy is, I had the buy and long cold philosophy, which I think is the best philosophy. It's hard to lose there, but I've been doing some short term plays. Try to raise some money for when they lift this zero interest on student loans come January 1st. But with that, when you're buying and selling stocks, right, when you're trading actively, you open yourself up to a lot of L's. So just my new thing is, man, if I'm not up at least 10%, I'm not selling. It is what it is. Once I decide to buy that stock, hey, I dedicated myself to it. So
Right. That's a good philosophy. I'm kind of going toward the more risky lane right now, and if I lose 500, I'll sell. If I lose more than 500, I'll go back to my original principles, right? Assess my risk, hop back into the ETFs, get my $500 back, and then try to develop that risk factor again. But if you don't take risks, man, there's no reward really. And at this point, I'm trying to make some money, man.
yeah, and if you're trading as a source of income, I mean, inherently there's risk with that.
Right.
Because if you want to have a monthly income from trading, I mean, you have to trade, weekly, bi-weekly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, typically I have that long-term investor philosophy, and that's where I want to go back to. But with the holidays coming up and some of these plays, like the market's very volatile, as we talked about before, and it would be foolish if I didn't hop in and get some of these gains. And on top of that, like you can't time the market. You can't predict what the outcomes are going to be. And with that being said, you got Dow Jones reaching all-time highs of 30,000. Well, there might be a pullback in the next couple weeks. Then some of my ETFs that follow the Dow Jones or NASDAQ are losing. So I need to offset some of those losses with gains.
I mean, I guess the big question comes into this. Even if there's an economic pullback, the reason we saw the big dips that we saw in March is because, the pandemic was new. People were scared and unaware. So you had a lot of investors who had money who didn't lose their jobs, take all their money out of the market because they were afraid for the market. But I think now that it's not, there's no shock factor, I just don't see people leaving the market in droves. So I just don't anticipate a huge dip like March again. We're too prepared. Unless
there's a shutdown, right?
Not even that. I think a shutdown will cause maybe a 5-10% dip.
Yeah.
But I mean, if all my stocks went down 10%, I'm not running out of the market forever. I'm not going to go start hoarding gold or Bitcoin. But now if the illness transforms and our good news from vaccines turns out to be bad news and it still doesn't slow the illness, then we might see something like that. Or if there's a bad widespread reaction to the vaccine. So barring those things, I think the market's going to be more or less stable in the plus or minus 10% range.
I think that they've actually, priced in the vaccine because the vaccine is not going to slow the cases down. It's just providing the country with a sense of confidence because you still have to stop the spread.
Let me tell you something, though. Here's the thing. The vaccine is priced in for the vaccine to arrive on a certain date.
Yeah.
If we hear that the vaccine starts being given out as soon as next week or tomorrow,
it's possible.
you're at least gonna get that green day of excitement.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna spike and it's gonna come down to earth eventually. But my advice to everybody, dude, get in the market, get some recovery stocks, because the minute that first dose of vaccine is given, there's gonna be a really green day. And quick example, recovery stock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Airline stocks, cruise ship stocks. What else?
Hotels. Retail. Airbnb is actually coming out with their IPO. I would probably, wait a couple weeks to hop in, but that's going to be something that's going to skyrocket in the future. But yeah, I hold American Airlines right now, and I bought it at $11, and we're up, $14.95, $15, something like that. And that's going to be a good recovery play. I know you were in Spirit, so definitely get involved with the recovery stocks.
Cool. So that pretty much covers what we have to say about this upcoming week in stocks.